Alrighty, welcome back to another video. I got 9 out of 51 polyatomic camos done. I've been working through assault rifles and SMGs, mostly just going through the ones I use in Warzone when I do play with my friends, so like RPK, TAC, M4, Fennec, Vaznev. And then after those, I just have gone through and I'm finishing assault rifle, so I'm on the 74U here. I'm going to be playing Shoot the Ship because you can get headshots a lot faster in those modes, and I just want to get some of this grind done tonight. I'm basically just going to play Shipment and just back out when I get Shoot House. I do not like Shoot House at all. And I've kind of talked about season 2, and I'm sure all you guys are aware of what's in season 2. I'm going to talk more about what worries me that's not in season 2, specifically having to do with public matches. So let's get into some Shipment. I love looking at my other monitor where I have my Streamlabs open and seeing her little tiny head poke up just barely. So cute. Alrighty, so yeah, season 2 is about 2 weeks away, and I think it's coming at a much needed time. Like, we definitely need some upgrades and some new things, and I think it's going, we've talked about in the past, I'm not going to hit on it too much in the videos today, but what they're doing with Warzone is good. Like, a lot of the stuff was probably unavoidable that could have been predicted, like, yeah, this wasn't gonna work, like, the way the game plays, but the fact that they're going back on things that I'm sure for them were set in stone, like, no, this is how our game's gonna play, this is what we value, the fact they are changing stuff like that is a good sign. So I've actually enjoyed this Warzone more than any other Warzone. I barely played any other Warzone maps, so I'm not gonna say it's the best or have any opinions because it's just me personally what I enjoy playing with my friends in my downtime. And again, I'm not gonna hit on all the specifics of Warzone because everyone already knows the new things that are coming, and I've talked about it in videos, but I think they're small things that add up a lot to make a different game. Like, it's obviously the same game, the same feel, but just enough little changes that gets me excited, and a lot of the issues and the few minor issues I have with Warzone, they're getting fixed, like the no armor. Again, I'll not go into what they're adding, but the things that they are doing well, they're also not doing well for public matches, if that makes sense. The first thing I saw, and like, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite because I am excited for Castle, even though it was just in Vanguard. I didn't play a ton of Vanguard, and I know Castle, I think Castle was in Cold War as well. But I just want more maps to play, whether it's remakes or I would prefer new good maps, but that's probably not going to happen. So just give me more maps to play in general. But I am worried the 2 maps we're rumored to get, none of them are actually new maps. It's that museum map that they had to take out that was in the beta for, I believe, legal issues. So I don't know how they got that resolved, but that map was okay, although it's definitely better than some of the maps in this game. So that's 1, and then Castle's 2. So it's actually 0 new maps. It's a map that they originally planned to come out when the game released, and then a map that dates all the way back to World at War. But other than that, there's not a lot of changes to pubs. I'm sure there's like little things that make a difference. I know there's going to be like 6 new guns added. I don't remember the last time they added a gun late in the season that like became the new meta. Maybe in Warzone 1 will, and they'll probably patch like some of the other ones, but I don't really think guns that come in mid-season are ever very impactful in either competitive or pubs. Like, more guns to use, sure, it's fine. I'm not really that concerned with it. I'm just going for these camos anyway, so I'm just using everything. And I'll just stick to these because I've already gotten so much progress on them. But I just worry, like, I know Warzone is the most popular thing now. It's the new public matches, basically. Public matches used to be what made people get on Call of Duty, what most casuals played. Team Deathmatch, for example, was the most played. It probably is still the most played public match mode, but it was the most played thing in general. And now I don't have any numbers in front of me, but I would guarantee just Warzone in general. And a big thing of that too is it is free to play. This game is not. But I just wish they took more consideration for pub players. People have been playing this for so long. Like, for me, this is what I play the most. It's what my content is. And it's not like it's not a big mode still. It's still popular. And again, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I'm not sure if it's one of those things where it's like actually the numbers are deceiving. It might be like more popular just because more people are into Call of Duty now than back in the day. Obviously, it's always been a really popular game. But either way, we all know Warzone is the main thing, Call of Duty, and that is their main focus now. And it'll probably be that way, I don't know, at least the next 2 or 3 years. I don't know how long Battle Royale will be like the main thing, or Call of Duty will jump onto another trend when that comes. We'll have to see. But just the fact that it's not even that I understand them prioritizing Warzone. That's the most popular thing, but it really seems like public matches took an absolute backseat. Now, again, I said there'll be little minor changes, but even back in the day, like in those DLC maps, and a lot of them weren't great, but they would release 4 new maps, and I don't know if they called it a season, but just with the new DLC, we would get 4 maps, and they put effort into some of those maps. Some of them were corny, but a lot of them were really colorful, especially when you look at Treyarch maps that You really need that when you're like playing a public match games, the little things like that to keep people playing your game longer. That's the whole point. That's why, again, the Warzone changes are good, because it's going to keep people playing and hopefully bring some people back that had issues and bring content creators back that probably went on to different games, and then their viewers will watch and then want to play more themselves. But how many people are actually going on and watching like pub stomping videos? I feel like that's been dead for a long time. There's some clans I see that do like challenges. Most of the only pubs that I ever actually see on my feed is either tips and tricks, like update videos, like kind of like I'm doing, or like the whole Vanoss crew funny moments. Now Vanoss doesn't do those anymore, but like Wildcat, Moose Knuckle, like those videos. Those are the only times I feel like I see pubs on YouTube. Like realistically, I could be basically making the same exact videos and doing it on Warzone and just talk about other things and have that as a background, but I enjoy pubs, and I'm never going to be the person who, I will try things that are more popular and my audience might like, but at the end of the day, you're the one who's getting on, you're the one who's playing, you're going to play what you enjoy, and for me that's pubs. And I'm just real curious of the future of pubs. If this is just going to set a trend of maybe by the time the next game comes out, pubs will be, they'll have less maps when it comes out, less guns, they won't listen at all, because they clearly listen to the community for Warzone for a lot of things, and clearly have not listened to anybody about pubs. There's still going to be no red dots. The dead silence not being a perk is still terrible. Like those are the two main issues that a lot of people have, and they are just, for their sticks in the mud on those things. They're like, no, this is the way our game's gonna play. But they said the same thing about some of the stuff they're changing in Warzone, and now they're like, okay, no, we'll change it because we lost 50% of our players. And anytime anyone's brought up like maybe they're just gonna go away from public matches entirely, I was always like, that's ridiculous. And I still think we're years away from that happening if it does. And that would mean Warzone would have to continue and just get bigger, and Battle Royales would have to continue to just dominate everything, which I think these things more tend to come in cycles, so I don't see that happening. But is it outside of the realm of possibility that in 2 to 3 years, Warzone blows up and other modes blow up so much that it's just like, hey, public matches it's not worth the effort we're putting in anymore. Let's make Warzone the best it can and just put all of our resources into that. Full free-to-play game, just Warzone. It's possible. It's more possible now than I would have said a year or two ago, for sure. This is not me bragging by any means, because it's not an impressive accomplishment at all, and everyone has probably done this, but I did drop my first 100 in a shipment game earlier this week, so I was like, yay, good for me. I suck. It took that long, but I'm pretty happy with 80 while doing a commentary, and I don't really remember any of the gunfights that came on, but yeah, I'm a little worried about the future of public matches after things like them just putting less time into the game and making less changes, and feel like not even listening to the community. And maybe it's just the community is not even like bringing up the points nearly as much because it's just less of a player base. I don't know. But that's gonna be it for the video today, guys. Let me know what you think about the state of public matches and the future of Call of Duty. It seems like we're just headed straight for Warzone, and that's what they're gonna put all their chips in. I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, things change in years, but please leave a like if you enjoyed. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you all later.